This case has secured a lot of attention statewide and nationwide, and it has garnered a lot of outrage.
That case that has been getting so much attention took a new turn today. A Las Cruces police officer is now facing second-degree murder charges, and it's because of what you are seeing right now in his body camera video from back in October, an encounter with a woman that eventually turned deadly. Trevor Thompson is the newest member of our KOB4 team. And Trevor, you were working at an El Paso station covering the Las Cruces area when this happened. So a task force ultimately concluded deadly force was absolutely unnecessary in this case.
Yeah, Tessa, so we've been following this case wondering first and foremost if any charges would come down, and then also how long this entire process could actually take. 3 months though after that shooting, we finally have some answers. We do want to warn you though, some of this video is very graphic.
You're trespassing, number one.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
It began in Las Cruces about 4 a.m. October 3rd of last year. Las Cruces police officer Felipe Hernandez approaches Teresa Gomez and says she is trespassing outside a housing complex. The interaction quickly escalates.
When I ask you to do something, you gotta step out.
Body cam video obtained by KTSM in El Paso shows about 8 minutes of interaction. Gomez eventually decides to drive away. Then the officer shoots, ultimately killing Gomez.
Stop!
3 months later, the Doña Ana County DA announced second-degree murder charges against Hernandez after reviewing a report from a task force investigating that shooting. Hernandez turned himself in the same day.
His ability to manage protocol was non-existent. His interactions with her, just on a human level, was exceptionally subpar.
The DA says Officer Hernandez was not in danger when Gomez drove away.
Felipe Hernandez was not met with deadly force, and Ms. Teresa Gomez was not a fleeing felon because she did not present a danger to Officer Hernandez or anyone else. There was no necessity for him to use deadly force against Ms. Gomez. We looked at self-defense. There was no self-defense.
It was just last month when KOB4 spoke to the attorney for Gomez's family before any charges were filed. Then she expressed concerns about a slow review process in Las Cruces.
And the fact that the city is so institutionally paralyzed and not reactive or responsive to these wrongful deaths is also an issue that needs to be exposed. She was a daughter of the city. She grew up in the city. She knew everyone in the city. She was helping people in public housing who had disabilities. That morning, the morning she was killed by Officer Hernandez.
So we heard from the family's attorney there about why Gomez was at that housing complex that morning. She says that Gomez was there to help people. It was 4 in the morning, so there were some questions about what was really happening there.
Yeah, the timing is interesting. So in the body cam video, she clearly tells Officer Hernandez she was visiting a friend. Now, the officer said visitors aren't allowed at that particular complex at that hour. He also then recognizes the passenger in the vehicle is a man named Jesus Garcia. He tells Garcia that he knows for a fact Garcia is not supposed to be at that particular complex based on a judge's order. The DA's conclusion, though, was basically regardless of why they were there at the complex in the first place, they were not presenting any sort of clear and present danger to the public, and especially not to the officers.
Yeah, people can see it for themselves in that video. Okay, Trevor, thank you.